Hello. That's not a Limp Bizkit lyric. Your ears are not mistaking you. Mistakening. That's also a word. I just checked that out.
Totally.
Anyway, this is Enter Champions of Tournament. Wait.
Nailed it.
Nailed it. My name's Fedge. I'm just nailing it out of the park right now. I'm 100% accurate in everything I'm saying. I'm Jeff. I'm joined by Kyle.
Hello, I'm Kyle.
All right, very formal today, and I'm joined also by JD.
Hi, good afternoon. Those are my letters.
All right, and we're gonna have a good time. I don't know why I'm being so corny, but we're gonna talk about 1997 video games. We're gonna do a video game tournament. We waited so long, just trying to find the right one for all three of us.
Yeah. And so, i.e., ones that I have played.
I think I've heard of that one.
Yeah, maybe.
Me too, though. I mean, I have some gaps, especially in the 2000s, for sure. So that'll be a challenge when we get there.
I have no gaps. We'll see. We'll get there.
I have no thigh gap either. So what? I'm a dude though. The balls are in the way, so it doesn't count.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I was like, that's not a social. People don't expect that of you.
No, that's true. All right, but yeah, 2007 video games we haven't done yet because, like, I think JD, did you game in 2007? I don't even know.
I did some light gaming, but I was. I'd have to look and see what the titles were around then.
BioShock.
Mass Effect.
Yeah, I've gotten into a lot of those after the fact, like via Steam sales and shit like that. So
that's
totally.
Yeah, Uncharted, Guitar Hero 3, Rock Band.
Yeah,
that was a big Rock Band year. That was the debut game.
That was the Wii came out, the original Wii in like what 08?
2006. We did that. Kyle and I talked about that last year.
Oh, cool. Yeah, so some of the later amazing third-party titles that existed on that console, I'm sure I played.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
Cool. Yeah, we can visit that year then.
Yeah, we'll give it a shot. I mean, it's worth it because I mean, there's going to be name recognition at least with a ton of them. Portal.
Oh,
the first Portal came
exactly.
out, for
Portal,
example.
what is that? Is that big now?
Portal? What is that?
I think it's a game where you teleport. I have no idea how it works.
That's on the Black Box collection, right?
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Okay, all right, I'm familiar.
Also, Modern Warfare. So I guess we could visit that year eventually.
I'm a Battlefield guy.
I know, but that was like a big one for that.
It is iconic
for that franchise.
You're on the team forever, JD. It's saying I'm a Battlefield guy is the right thing to say.
Yes.
I'm 100% with you on that myself. If I had to choose, like,
yeah, right.
Gun to my head, I'm playing a different genre.
Right.
Yeah, sign me up for that answer.
I'm like, neither.
An RPG.
Yeah,
exactly. Specifically JRPG. No, that's not true. Kyle knows that. Bullshit.
Can there be one more text block?
If
you could just one more text block, that'd be great.
So we're going to do the thing that we did the last episode. We did a top 10 show, and we're going to do the pushing thing. The push.
I was ready.
No.
Oh yeah.
No. That's amazing.
That's awesome.
That's my favorite.
Are you always gonna have that there? So we like.
Oh yeah, I know
when you're
exactly.
ready to push. And, Okay.
Oh, it's queued up, ready to go.
That's,
damn it.
Maybe my favorite thing to ever happen. That was awesome.
All right. So what that means is like if I have something that's lower on my list, like at number 8, and Kyle or JD they have it higher on their list, they're allowed to say push. We're gonna push that down the road. We're gonna talk about that later, basically, so we can all talk about it at the same time. So we're not repeating ourselves, and it just makes things a little bit tight. It makes it tighter, tight.
Tight.
Imagine Alan Tudyk saying that in Knocked Up. Just tighter. Just sorry. All right.
That's awesome.
People forget he was in that movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was in Knocked Up.
He was there, guys.
He did some shit.
It's one of my least watched of Seth Rogen's catalog, actually.
Really?
Not by any particular reason. It's just one that I've never really.
How does she look?
She
looks like she just found out she was pregnant.
Yeah, she was such a bitch on that set, apparently.
Yeah.
Well,
I have heard that.
Apparently.
Or every set ever. Yeah.
I have heard she's difficult to deal with, and
she was.
People
and she
asked her about it too, like at some critics whatever association, whatever.
Why are you so horrible?
Yeah. What do you have to say about people that say you're difficult to work with? And she was like, "Oh, I'm awesome," or whatever. She just kind of brushed it off, and I was like, "No, people like don't like you."
Yeah.
Like legitimately.
That was probably the right way to answer that instead of going like, well, fuck everybody.
Right. Who are these people and where do they live?
Yeah, right. Which people? Tell me! Yeah.
I have already worked out the order of who goes in the tournament round, so we can just go based on who goes first in that round whenever we get to that episode. I go first, then it's JD, and then Kyle.
Sweet.
So this will be fun. Oh, thank God. I'll just take a nap.
I can look up a little about my game real quick.
And then we're just going to go 10 through 1, and then maybe at the end talk about other titles that after we've already made our 16, talk about other titles that came out that just didn't, I don't know, either sucked or shitty titles are fun to talk about. And
yes.
or just didn't make the cut, unfortunately. So I think that's a good idea to bring that up at least.
I like that a lot,
sure.
Yeah.
So since I'm starting, I'm going to start with my number 10. All right.
Hooray.
Hey, Handsome Dan. So my number 10, and this is a lot of these are purely based on A, nostalgia, or B, legacy, like the what it started. And so that's one of my number 10s because I didn't play goddamn 10 games this year. My number 10 is a legacy pick. It's Fallout.
Oh, okay, cool.
It's nobody's pushing. Okay, cool. So
I've never played the original, so
yeah.
I can't put it in my 10. But yeah, I do agree.
It's one that I had to go back to. I didn't go back and play it, but I had to go back and find out where the fuck 3 in New Vegas and 4 came from. Like, how did we get there? And it's not necessarily a game that you would. I mean, hardly any of these are games that you could get away with playing now and have fun because it looks like shit.
Unless you just were just so into that era.
Yeah.
Where you're just, man, I just love that year, like that decade of gaming.
Yes.
It's like, whoa, okay, dude, wow.
All right, weirdo. And they all dress like that too, like with the 90s, whatever people dress like in late 90s.
Yeah.
Dude, but we gotta have those people where we know nothing about these games. You know what I mean? Like they wouldn't.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or they wouldn't have birthed these. Like these, franchises or whatever. But anyways, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just gonna say Fallout. It introduced a lot of things for that franchise. Obviously, it started the franchise, but it introduced like this concept for gaming as well. I'm sure JRPGs did this way before that, but in terms of like you got the dialogue choices, every choice you make matters. And I mean, of course, they borrowed that from other genres or other countries even. But it introduced this idea to the mainstream and how those have consequences. And it's obviously it's not as much of an interactive shooter as the other ones were, like at all. It's kind of like a wider scope in terms of how you're looking at the game. It's kind of top down, kind of like Grand Theft Auto was in the beginning of it. So it looks very different. But it started a trend, man, for this franchise, and look what we got because of it. So that's why I earned my 10 for that reason, basically.
Yeah, thank you, Fallout.
Thank you, Fallout. Seriously, and I like 4. I'm a 4 apologist. So I think how this
great. No one apologizes for 4. All right, it's fine, and it's not fine. It's great. It's wonderful, even.
It's you know what? Yeah, it's not just fine.
Yeah, I know.
Absolutely.
Right when I said that, I go, no, it's not fine. That means it's bad on this show. We've set that precedence already.
Yeah,
it's a great game. I like that game a lot. So.
Yeah, me too. So JD, you're number 10.
All right. Well, in a list dominated largely by consoles, I decided to go PC with my number 10, and this one mostly nostalgia, man. So many slumber parties.
By the way, I think you mean DOS, not
Oh, sorry, bro.
Most of it was introduced through like fucking command prompt and shit like that.
Exactly. Dude, I used to play, and this is my pick, Star Wars X-Wing versus TIE Fighter, a shitload back in the day. This is my 10.
I'm so happy that you put this on your. It's my on-men. So
yeah,
nice, awesome,
honorable mention
cool.
for me too.
So much. Oh my gosh,
dude, how fun is this game to have zero story and zero anything of substance other than just the raw mechanics of the game. Dude, I was up all night endlessly so many nights playing this game with all my friends back in the day.
It was so awesome. And you were just like,
So
dude,
cool.
they look just like TIE fighters and
Yeah,
X-Wings.
exactly.
Oh my god, and they look like garbage now. But like,
Yeah.
at the time, it's just like, oh, like, wow, I can't believe
Yeah.
they did it.
Oh
you
yeah,
know?
it was
There's
unbelievable.
texture
at the time.
mapping in this. What is this? Like,
Yeah.
Blew me
It's
the fuck
3D.
away.
We're flying around in a 3D space. Can you fucking believe this, guys? Like,
yeah, and it didn't matter how laggy or terrible the graphics were at times during some of those intense moments. But man, what a fun game! I wish I still had access to it.
me
Just to
too.
go
I
back.
wish they would just fucking remake that game already. Like,
Yeah.
from
They
the
really
ground
should.
up. Like,
It doesn't even need to be
just-
like a full fucking game. Like,
Oh,
No.
make it like a
No.
$29.99 game or something like that, and just make it literally just a bare bones X-Wings versus TIE Fighter, and just throw them
I would be
together.
okay with that.
Make update packs where they put in new like ships every month or whatever. I don't know. Like,
Yeah, because I've
Yeah.
seen like with some of the newer Star Wars games, of which there are millions, and rightfully so. It's one of the biggest franchises ever. But there's always elements of it that remind people of this game, and I've always wanted exactly what you were just saying. Just make a new game, make it new and fresh. People will buy it.
oh yeah, totally. My favorite part of playing the Battlefield games is the Battlefront games. Excuse me, is jumping in like the
Oh,
vehicles.
yeah.
It's like I'm gonna shoot down as many fuckers as I can and crash land this thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
nice fucking pick, man. So
Thanks.
Kyle, blow us away, man. No pressure.
Oh, this is going to be on neither of yours unless when both of y'all are weird or something. A little fighter game called Bushido Blade.
Yeah, you're
No.
right. No chance.
Yeah, no chance. You know what's cool about this fighting game? Everything was like a one-hit kill. So you were fighting just to get that first hit, but it was like really intuitive and stuff like that. And it was easy to like dodge like moves and stuff. Really kind of quick and everything. Graphics are kind of garbage now, but what a fun game at the time. A lot of like feudal Japan tropes, but it actually takes place in the modern day. And there was a story, but I don't really remember it. You're like a dude who's escaping from like a cult or something. I don't know. It's fucking weird. But there's a story there if you want to play it, and it varies from character to character like most fighting games do. Yeah, I think a lot of people thought this was going to like turn into something like really big, and it never did. It was always just this game. But it was a lot of fun. You know, I have fond memories of playing it, and as Jeff and I were talking about off podcast, it's one of those scream at your friends games where you know, where things come out of your mouth that are just horrible, just awful, and they're coming right at your friend just because you know just they won or whatever. You're winning, so you're gloating and you're being awful about it, and yeah, just good times. I have really good memories of that. So.
That's awesome. That is awesome.
Sweet.
I wish I knew about this game. Robotic Response. What was the name? What was the name of it again?
Bushido Blade.
Bushido Blade.
Yeah, Bushido. Bushido. Bushido.
Oh, okay. Bushido Blade.
Bushido.
All right, cool. That was not racist. So my number 9 is another PC game like Fallout was, and like Star Wars X-Wing vs. TIE Fighter was. So it is Carmageddon.
Get out. Of
Oh,
here.
cool.
How
yeah.
cool. I like that game.
That game is fucking insane. That's what that
Yeah.
game is.
Yeah.
Even watching like footage of it now, because there's no way I'm gonna get this like pay money for this game and play it again. Watching this game now just triggers all these memories of just being a fucking idiot playing this game, because that's all it is. I mean, it's literally living up to the title. You're doing as much damage as possible with your car to people mostly and other cars, and the car physics are kind of ahead of their time a little bit, because they're not doing things like the Rush way where they're just doing tons of flips for no reason, or the Mario Kart way where you just Mario Kart's more cartoonish though, so that's not really a fair comparison. But Carmageddon though is funny as hell. You have the driver's weird ass face in the upper left hand corner, and you're running over pedestrians, and it's hilarious. It's so stupid. I had so much fun with it. A lot of these are adolescent choices, obviously, because we were kids, and these opened a lot of opened our eyes, basically, to like, oh my god, you can do this in a video game? Well, I don't need to murder anybody now. So yeah, this is one of those games. It's great. It's really fun. So JD, you are next, sir.
All right. This, I don't know if this would have been the very first-person shooter I ever played, but it's an N64 classic. It's Turok the Dinosaur Hunter.
Oh yeah, we're
Oh, push that real good.
push that real fucking
Push
good.
that real good.
Okay, I'm just gonna
Jesus
keep the
Christ.
song.
Oh my god.
That is so amazing.
Great.
No other show. I mean, obviously, we don't have like a soundboard, so I can't just put drops on here. Not even to the point where you guys can hear it. But yeah, that's no other show has that. Come on,
Nobody has this.
Nobody has that. You can only get it here, folks.
Yeah, there you go.
Salt and Peppa's here. So Kyle, you're number 9.
So my games share some similarities for the last couple of games. Mine is a PC game as well, and like JD's last game before Turok, it is a Star Wars game. It is Star Wars Jedi Knight Dark Forces 2.
Nice. I'm not pushing
it. I've
never played it.
Dude, it is Doom. Like Dark Forces. Hey, spoilers, it's the sequel to Dark Forces, the first one. It's starring Kyle Katarn.
You blew it!
It's starring Kyle, yeah, right? It's starring Kyle Katarn, which there's no fucking bias there at all. He is like he turns into a Jedi, like he's kind of like a late blooming Jedi that's like trained by Luke. It's got a fucking awesome story, man. It is like Doom. It's just fucking Doom. It's Doom Star Wars. It's Doom with Star Wars painted on top of it. And,
that's awesome.
Fucking rad, dude.
I can't believe I never played that because I was a Star Wars fan as a kid.
Dude, yeah. I mean, obviously it doesn't hold up now, but it continued as a series, as a third-person / first-person like Jedi simulator almost. It's called Jedi Outcast and then Jedi Academy, and yeah, it went on to like it's still like a series, you know, not to this day, but like well into the 2000s. Just a really fun game, man. It's really good. It was just fun to like be able to shoot stormtroopers, and then as you kind of got through the game, you get a lightsaber and you started chopping them up and everything. It was just cool at the time. Like, you know, there wasn't a lot of like first-person like melee games, you know, so it felt good. It felt good to like cream people.
That is, damn it, I'm kicking myself that I didn't expose myself to these games more when I was younger, because they sound incredible, especially if in the vein of Doom, or at the time I played Quake, I dropped out for free. Heavy Doom influence. If you even just look at pictures of it right now, it's Doom and the bad guys are fucking stormtroopers.
Yeah.
Shit.
Awesome.
Sounds awesome. All right. So my number 8, this is kind of a legacy pick, but it's not higher because it was way too difficult, and I don't know why. Tomb Raider 2.
Ooh.
We're pushing it. Okay. That's fair.
I'm glad y'all have Tomb Raider rep on here.
Nice.
I just never liked those earlier games.
Yeah, they were fucking hard. That's why I never revisited them.
Yeah.
They were really cool.
Nightmare.
Conceptually, really, really cool.
Yeah.
And I love those environments and the puzzles of them, but like, Jesus Christ, man,
but
fucking
you
hard.
were good at them, and when you say that, and you say that to a person who's good at them, they're like, "Those games were good, man." And I'm like, "Okay." I could never get past like the fucking first level. Like, you know, like this is fucking level, still in the fucking jail cell here. Like, yeah. Anyways, good. We're pushing it.
Yeah, we're pushing that shit. JD, go ahead with your 8.
All right, my number 8 is an arcade classic, X-Men versus Street Fighter.
Wait, get the fuck out! Seriously?
Wow.
Yeah, man.
Dude,
I love that
good.
game.
I fucking love that it's on here.
I love
awesome.
that game.
Yeah,
you don't like that game?
I fucking love it. It's just not. It's not on my top 10.
I didn't know about it at all.
Yeah, I fucking.
Did y'all ever play that in an arcade or like a skate rink or anything?
Oh yeah,
I'm sure I
did.
did.
And I played this. And I played the sequel. And man, those are still in arcade. Those are one of the most demanded arcade games to this day.
It's fresh in my mind because I believe at one time the Free Play Arcade here in Richardson, which is an amazing place to go get your retro gaming on.
Dude, I love that place so much.
And craft beer. Yeah. Dude, that place is my jam. Like, shout out to them. They've created the greatest business
might
model
go there
ever.
For my birthday this year and drag
beer,
any
food,
family
please,
I can.
Please, I'd be happy to join if you would invite me.
Oh, yeah, fuck yeah.
Any excuse to go to that fucking place.
It's awesome.
I want to say that they had a copy of it. A copy. They had a I can't get past that now. They had that on the floor at one point. I mean, it's a rotating, revolving door of games, but man, what a fun game. And to know that it was kind of like thrown together by Capcom because they were having trouble developing something else. I don't remember what I read, but they were kind of just like, let's just take these 2 titles that we have the rights to and put them together and make one of them look good. Apparently, X-Men really, it looked a lot like the animated series, the graphics. And that was something that you hadn't really seen in an X-Men game at that point. A lot of fun,
They were really off color in the 1992 or 1 arcade game. It was very strange. I mean, I know they were trying to kind of get it close to the comics and/or the cartoon, whatever was airing at that time. But man, when I play it at free play, I'm like, man, what the fuck is going on with these colors? It's weird, but the '90s.
Yeah, that's a 90s
great,
for you.
Man, that's a great fucking choice. Jesus.
Good game, man. Love that game so much. God, I want to go play it today. What time do they close? I'm gonna go.
We're gonna go there now. Kyle, we're gonna go.
Now.
Kyle, we're gonna go to free play. You just do the rest of yours.
Okay. I think Jeff would have chosen this time.
Kyle, what's your 8?
My 8. I have a feeling it's definitely gonna get pushed. It's Grand Theft Auto.
Oh. Okay.
Ooh.
I left it off because it was a fucking didn't come out to the States for a while.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Well, I was going to ask you about this before we started. On IMDb, it says it came to DOS in like December of 1997.
Yeah, that's
really
what I see here. Yeah.
So I left it off my list because you had already said.
Fuck me.
It's
that
off.
Would have been way high on my list then.
Yeah, I mean, I
definitely checked and double checked, and it's.
Dude, let's count it. Which one of us didn't play that shit at school? Come on.
Yeah, no shit.
Like,
I played the
let's
fuck
put
out
that
of
on.
that.
I don't want to omit it through, yeah, man. Grand Theft Auto, the original, the OG.
The up, down.
Did you have it,
man.
JD?
No, I didn't have it on my list. I left it off because I didn't do any of my own research. Once you said it was.
Well, we can make it count in the ranking. How about that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, just
Totally.
We'll make up for wherever it would have been on your guys' list in the ranking, and we'll just move forward with.
I mean, it probably would have been like at least top 5 for me.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, easily for me.
Yeah, but I figured it would have been. That's why I'm like, what? There's no bullshit song. What's happening?
Sorry.
What's happening with this?
God, that's such a good pick. God damn it, Jeff. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I'll get over it.
It's okay. It's okay.
I'm gonna put it under my list of dumb omissions. Anyway, we
Just
can talk about it.
Go beat up a hooker. You'll feel a lot better about yourself. That's the legacy that that game created.
Could you?
Yeah,
Could you do that in the first one?
I don't think so. I don't think it was quite so.
No.
Open,
There wasn't
open world sandbox. It was pretty straightforward.
You could get out and just start murdering anybody with a baseball bat or like a machine gun or an Uzi or a pistol or whatever. But yeah, there's no picking up hookers that I remember in the very first one. They're beating them. There's probably hookers, that you can just get out and start beating. But yeah, you can't I don't think you can facilitate sex. But I think you could in a later version that was top down. Maybe it was London stories. Maybe it was 2. I don't really remember. Because for some reason I remember like a shitty car rocking back and forth or whatever in one of those. Maybe I'm just.
What? That sounds very familiar. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I kind of remember the up
maybe
with the car rocking.
Maybe that wasn't 2 or something. But yeah, man, what a fun game, dude! It
fucking awesome.
A whole world of character gangs, we're the mean people who turn people into meat, and then you have to go do meat running missions and stuff. It's really fucking crazy. I just remembered so many weird stuff, and so many great cheat codes, and man, just a fucking great game. I really like that game a lot, and it birthed, the franchise.
Yeah.
We Grand Theft Auto 5, one of my favorite games of all time. Period. Just
yeah, for real.
What a fucking perfect game, So I don't know. I got a lot of love for this series, but I wasn't playing this one as much as I was 2 and whatever the London one was. I forget what that one was called, but I was playing that one quite a lot. And then 3 came out and it changed fucking everything. But yeah, just legacy purposes, and I did play it quite a bit. My number 8.
I'm literally going to kick myself the rest of the episode.
No. So I get
GTA
where because it came out in Windows in 1997 in both America and Europe. Didn't come out into PlayStation until 1998.
Yeah. And I'm counting the Windows before the console releases for sure.
Yeah,
absolutely.
right. Because it was here if you wanted to play it. Yeah. So, God, yeah. Damn it.
That would have been top 5.
We should have consulted, but it's okay. Now we have
we
have an extra game from both of y'all that are now. So
totally.
Fuck it. So my number 7 is this is another ridiculous game, but it blew my mind as a kid, and it kind of still holds up a little bit. It's The Curse of Monkey Island.
Oh, cool.
Okay, good. Yeah.
Anybody? No? All right, cool.
I never played this one, man.
I didn't play it either, but I know it's a classic.
Yeah, I blew my mind as a kid, and it probably should be higher because I know a lot of people just adore the living shit out of this game.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But you know, I just didn't revisit it as much. It's really about what I obsessively played at this point.
Right.
But yeah, I remember playing this around friends. I think friends actually had this on their PC, and I would play it at their place, and it would blow my fucking mind. I'm like, even as a point and click adventure, it's still like, look, I mean, this is a fucking cartoon you're playing for real.
Yeah, right. I mean, it still looks good to this day.
Yeah,
you
it
know?
still looks good.
It's like King's Quest, you know, where you're like, damn, this is like totally hand drawn and.
Yeah, you could like literally you don't even have to upgrade it that much if you wanted to release it HD, which they might have already. I didn't do any research on that. But it's a blast. It's so much fun. It's really creative in terms of like, I mean, all the dialogue and stuff they add in there. Like they have your character saying shit as you're trying to click on stuff.
Oh.
I don't know. I just don't remember that happening as much. You know, Duke Nukem maybe, but I don't remember it happening as much.
Right.
Around other games where their focus was primarily the silent type, you know, like, you know, your Wolfensteins and Doom and stuff like that. But yeah, this one's very dialogue heavy. It's great. Great fantasy. It's huge. So I really dug it. And I'm glad I represented it. Yay.
Yeah, I am too.
And JD is next with his number 7.
Well, this is the one I pushed from the previous round. It's Tomb Raider 2 for me.
Oh, nice. Cool, man.
Personally, I still kind of like the first one a little bit better, if I remember right.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man, I play this one a lot. And, I mean, Lara Croft is just smoking.
Man.
What
video
a
game
babe!
character.
Oh my god, yeah, especially at the time. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I know it's like kind of ridiculous, you know, just
It
like
is,
her
it is.
proportions or whatever. But like,
But
they
we were
knew.
12.
Yeah, they knew.
We were
They
12.
knew who the demo was.
Exactly. We were like
just like they knew what would appeal to us now with the reboot.
Yeah,
totally.
totally.
Like, yeah, we're not into that. We just want a good narrative and like, you know, just stunning graphics and good gameplay.
We were
Really?
all collectively like Jim Carrey in the elevator in Liar Liar, and that's a movie that we may talk about when we talk about movies.
We might. I mean, I want to squeeze them.
Or bounce those things around like Sugar Ray Leonard.
Mama. Oh my god. This is so fucked up. They really
Good
should have
stuff,
had
man.
the elevator doors opening and she was kicking the shit out of them. That would have been
Yeah,
hilarious,
they
even
really
more
should.
funny to me
But
and
instead,
more
she was
realistic.
just doing the typical female, just
Storming
just
off,
like,
yeah.
the slightly like annoyed thing. Like nowadays, yeah, you'd get your ass handed to you for saying shit.
Yeah,
like that.
girls
Rightfully
go, like,
so.
MMA now. They would like fucking put you in an armbar and
Oh, totally. Yeah. Get your ass
Arm
Krav
bar.
Maga.
Number 2. Arm bar. Sorry, that's like Chris Jericho. Anyway, also kind of, I think that was in 97 when he did that bit. Anyway, that's the Chris Jericho reading the list.
get out of here.
Yeah, the list. The man of 1,000 holds.
That's my favorite fucking meme ever. A huge fucking list he's holding or whatever.
And he's like, well, it was Dean Malenko was the original. This is a wrestling nerd history lesson. Sorry, everybody. But Dean Malenko was the dude that went around with the nickname of a man of 1,000 holds. And Jericho was like, oh, I'm the man of 1,008 holds. And he spent time on television, like even during the commercial break, reading the list that he had with him. And it was like on one of those shitty old printers that had hole punches on both sides.
Oh god.
Yeah, so like
And it was such a long list.
yeah.
Yeah, and every other hole was like an arm bar. It was so fucking funny, dude. Arm bar. Number 2, reverse arm bar. Number 3, side arm bar. It's so fucking stupid. It's so great. Oh, man, he just keeps going with it. Oh, man, it was brilliant. Anyway, sorry. Wrestling, we can probably do a wrestling thing if we wanted to.
Oh, God.
Somehow. I don't know how, but somehow. Tournament. Somehow.
Favorite moments of the Attitude Era.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
all of
was
them
a big
involve
wrestling fan back in
boobies.
the day, so I can talk old
Me
school
too.
wrestling.
I could talk like all 90s wrestling all day. So.
I absolutely could. Absolutely could. Jesus
Goldust is
Christ,
my
I used to
hero.
watch so much. Who was?
So Goldust is my hero. I mean, not really.
Yes!
Get out
He's
of here.
cool.
Goldust, really?
He's not my hero, but he's cool. I like him.
He was okay.
Okay.
Anyway,
I like Goldust.
Kyle's
People
number
up.
7 is certainly not Goldust, I'm sure. But what's your number 7?
I pushed it real good earlier, man. Now it's time to talk about it. Turok Dinosaur Hunter.
Yes.
Nice.
Well, we're still pushing it, so cue the music.
Oh, what? That's crazy. I'm glad it's higher. That's good.
Yeah, it's much higher. Oh my god.
Higher.
Now we're in the land of my top 6 are all games that I played obsessively as a kid. I remember them very vividly. And my number 6 is Blast Corps. Blast Corp. Blast.
My biggest regret of Nintendo 64 gaming. My biggest oversight.
Damn. Kyle, did you play it?
Blast Corps? Yeah, dude, totally.
Oh yeah. Okay, good. I'm glad I'm not crazy.
No. It's totally fun. I get
it was a blast, man.
Blastoid Man mixed up all the time, but I know this one. It's like with vehicles and shit like that.
Yeah, it's like pseudo Transformers, basically. Basically.
Yeah.
But yeah, I watch gameplay of it now, and I'm like, this is really repetitive.
Yeah.
You're literally just running into buildings and shooting buildings the entire time, and going to the next level and doing it again. And you don't want time to run out and shit like that. But it was still like really, really fun and literally a blast. And even as a kid, I struggled. Blast Corpse, Blast Corps,
Corpus,
Blast Corpus, Corpus Christi's,
Corpus Christi, Habeas Corpus.
Loved it though. There's not much to the game. I'm being honest with you. At the time, it felt like this inventive, crazy, amazing thing. That looked like the best thing ever. And I only played. It was one of those games that I kept revisiting like half an hour, and then I would take a break from it, and then revisit it another half hour to spend on it, and be like, "This is a lot of fun." And then I just kind of get tired of it because it is repetitive, and that's why the line's a little bit lower. But I still loved the time I spent on it for sure. I don't know why it was a 3 or 4 hour game. That's fucking crazy to me. But it should have kind of more been like trial based or what, like kind of like racing. I don't know, whatever. But it felt kind of more story based on what I remember seeing in the YouTube footage and stuff.
That was a launch title for N64, right?
It was, I think so.
Yeah.
It was one of the early ones, yes.
That might be why I missed out on it, because I don't think I got it until, I don't know what holiday season it came out. I'd imagine Christmas, but I don't think I got
Christmas
it until
96, yeah.
the Easter of 97. I think that's when I finally got my N64.
That is...
Which is tragic.
Sauce. No, it's awesome. Yeah, that's my number 6. So, JD, what's yours?
Mine can be summed up by this small audio clip.
Push that hard. Push it.
Cool. All right, hold on. Let me get to the other one.
Do a barrel roll.
Yeah.
You can have that barrel roll one ready whenever we bring that up later. That'd be great.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Permanently ready. I had it ready.
Absolutely.
I had it ready accidentally 2 minutes ago, so it's going to be ready for the rest of the show.
It's
nice. Cool.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Prematurely ready and ready to ready.
Perfect. You did your part. Sorry, I just watched Starship Troopers. So we're in a 1997 mode, if you guys can't tell based on listening to this.
I'm like drowning in 1997 shit right now. So.
It's
Honestly,
such a good year.
I can't wait until I get my learner's permit later this year, guys. Like, that's how 97 I am right now.
I feel like my memories served me better for 97. Like, it was just, I don't know, everything feels so vivid. Like, I remember playing all of these more than I did like 96 movies or shit like that games. I don't know what it is about a year apart.
I remember seeing Starship Troopers in the theaters with my dad and some dude I don't talk to anymore. Like, that's... I fucking remember that shit. It was a very vivid year for me, so...
I remember still, and I still bust my top 2 games out. I still bust them out occasionally, and I still play them, but yeah. We'll get there. Anyway, Kyle, you're number 6.
I know y'all are going to break my heart with my number 1, and it's going to kill me, but that's going to be fun. You're going to be like, what? What is that game? Number 6, which, talk about breaking hearts. It may not matter to you guys, but my gamer cred I'm putting on the line right now.
This one.
Yeah, it's low. People are going to be mad, especially with what's in front of it. Final Fantasy 7.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
JD hasn't played. Did you play it, JD?
No, I mean, it was one of those where like all my friends played it, so I've watched almost that entire game.
Everybody's favorite like Final Fantasy game is this game.
I know.
Like it just seems that way. You know what? It's all right.
Yeah.
Oh, and it's groundbreaking back then for sure.
Yeah.
And like maybe if I were more interested in it back then, I would have this more nostalgic tie to it. But like, man, I didn't really like it whenever I was playing it. Like at the time, I didn't really like a lot of RPGs at that time. Not like that, at least. My fondness for those came like just a couple years later, you know, because I was like 11 this year. So I don't know. It was all right, but my love for it, or my appreciation of it, comes, you know, just from a few years ago where I picked up the PlayStation 4 version of the PS1 game.
Yeah.
It's a fucking mess to look at. What a fucking ugly game. But good story. It's super good. Really hard to go back to a game that has such a good story with no voice acting, which is not its fault. They didn't have that back then. But the story's so good and so complex. You're like, why is no one fucking talking? It's so fucking weird, you know. But it's you know, sign of the times or whatever. But man, it's a really good game, and people are gonna get mad, and they deserve their anger. And you know, just whatever. Final Fantasy X is better. It's fine.
You know what they can do to deal with
Final
it?
Fantasy 8 is better.
They can suck on this dick. Okay, sorry.
More comparable. Final Fantasy 8's better than that game, and those came out on the same system. So you know, whatever.
You know what?
Fight me.
Suck it.
Yeah, fight me
hard.
Whatever.
That's man. I'm glad it got represented, man.
Totally.
For sure. So we got to move on to my. Oh yeah, I'm next. Shit. So my number 5 is probably where Grand Theft Auto would have gone. If I nudge out Fallout and put Grand Theft Auto, it would probably be right here. But anyway, instead of that though, I have Star Fox. Are we pushing again?
God, we're pushing that so hard.
We're at the good part of the song. I'm gonna let this one.
Yeah, we are. Yeah.
Get up on this. Let's do it.
All right, cool. Thank you.
Shit. All right, so JD, you're 5.
My number 5 is it's a game I like to call the game that took away my fucking nail gun. It's Quake 2.
We're pushing
nice.
that. Okay, nice.
Oh,
But seriously though,
Getting
we'll talk
pushed.
about this for a second. Why the fuck did they get rid of the nail gun in that game? That's fucking retarded.
I know. I jumped off at 3 for a reason. I like how we're talking over the music.
I'm like dancing so hard every time that music comes on.
This is so great. I'm glad y'all liked it.
This is like the best. Oh, this is the best thing the show has ever done, bar none.
Yeah.
So, Kyle, you're number 5.
What's Jay's number 5?
Oh, it was Quake 2 and I pushed it.
Quake 2.
Oh,
Real
you
good.
pushed it. You're
Real,
right.
real
Oh my
good.
god. Woo! Wow, I blacked out there apparently. My number 5 is a game neither of y'all have probably have never heard of, or maybe I'm gonna bring up some memories. Extreme G Racing.
I do remember that.
Oh, I remember
my God.
it. Yeah.
Oh,
That
good.
game made me so mad.
Oh man, yeah, it's really
what
hard.
system was that on? Was that PC or
The
PlayStation?
N64.
Really?
It may have been PlayStation 1 also, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I think this
Honorable
one-
mention for me though, because I did play it. Like that was like when we got the N64, we got that Star Fox
playing this
and
game
just the generic ones.
at
You know.
this time and this year. I remember.
Oh, man.
going, this is the fastest game I've ever played. It was so fast.
It
Yeah.
was uncontrollably fast.
You
Yeah.
would be on parts of levels that had no barriers, so you could fall off into infinite space or lava or whatever. It was tough. Like it was a tough game, you know. But man,
Did this ever make it to an arcade format? Because I think that's where I played it.
I'm pretty sure it did. Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's why it seems familiar. Sweet.
It might not. I'm not 100% sure, but there are a lot of games.
I don't think it did. It looks like it was just N64,
No, I think it was
but
N64.
there's knockoffs of it.
There was a PlayStation 2
There's
version.
sequels of it too. Yeah, there's a PlayStation 2 version, Extreme, Q3. I think I got all of it. But there are games a lot like it in the arcade.
Very much so. Yeah.
They're like tube-based, like quick. You know, because there's a lot of tubes, like where you're like you can like phrase degrees all around, like the the track or whatever. Man, it's fucking crazy game. Just really crazy sense of speed for that time. Which also a game that came out that year, Need for Speed 2. Like whenever you play those games kind of back to back, like Need for Speed 2 feels like slow. Which I mean, you're playing spaceships and Extreme G. So I mean, like the comparison, at least is appropriate. But man, there was nothing like that. Like just being able to just like you're going so fast, you lose control, and you just fall off the fucking stage, man.
Oh my God,
infuriating. But when you're playing with your friends and they're all suffering the same shit,
Yes,
it's awesome.
Me and my brother, I remember getting this on like Christmas, I think, and or maybe no, it wasn't Christmas. It had to have been after that, because these games are '97, and no, we did get N64 a year later. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. I forgive my parents. No, I'm kidding. That would be a douchey thing to do. It's fine. It's fine. You do what you can.
They deprived
But
a whole year of the N64.
we were still on Super Nintendo. We were
That's
happy,
not
so
right.
it's fine.
That's not right. You weren't as happy as you could have been.
That's true.
Yeah.
Am I ever though? Let's
Yeah.
ponder that for 30 minutes.
The Nihilist podcast with Jeff, Kyle, and Jamie.
Welcome to the Nihilist Hour.
we could do it. We could pull it off.
Or we do a jazz version of like Push It. Ooh, baby, baby.
Oh man,
Push
Richard
it,
skis it up maybe. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Just to lounge it up. Anyway, Extreme G though, I remember specifically like we had this and a couple other titles that were huge, and that we'll eventually talk about at least one of them. And yeah, it was just every time we would put this on, we would just get like look at each other and go, "Fuck this," right? And then we put on another title. We're so bad at it, and we just didn't have the patience. Yeah.
Well,
Oh,
man,
man.
back then, and Christmas is different because you have a selection or whatever, but back then, like, when you got a game mid-year, like, that was it. That was it. That was it for a long time, you know?
Yep.
So it was either get good at that or, play the game that you were playing last year or whatever. So that was kind of what was interesting about that time. You were forced to play whatever you had instead of now where I'm playing like 7 games at the same time and I'm like, yeah,
Right.
fuck all this shit.
Christ.
We're
Like
finishing it.
August is that's August basically. Yeah.
Fuck August. Can we just say that?
Yeah. And October. They can both go die in a river.
The rest of
you know.
this year, that's gonna steal so much of my money. Like, oh my god, I don't have trades anymore since I went all digital, so it's just like it's such an expensive hobby now.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm running out of trade shit too, for sure. So that means I'm next here. Yay, Jeff. And I pushed this one earlier.
Okay.
Twice. And this is Turok Dinosaur Hunter.
Cool, man. You
My
got
number
that.
4.
You got that high, man.
Yeah, because this is one like it's not only one that I played nonstop. I mean, honestly, I'm ranking these in terms of how much I played them, and this one I definitely played fourth most out of all of these titles. It's not only one that I was just uncontrollably addicted to, but it's such an inventive shooter. Like that type of environment at that time, and even to date, you're kind of like,
I still long
hunting
for
dinosaurs?
that, something like that. Dude, yeah, it's killed dinosaurs and Hitman in the same world. Like,
Yeah. And at that time, dude, those deaths sounded atrocious. Like, not like in a good way. Like, they sounded like, oh god, somebody's dying. Somebody should help them. Like, whenever you would kill somebody, they're like, oh
yeah.
It's
That game was
brutal,
scary.
man.
That game was really scary in its own way. You'd be just creeping around and like the fucking Velociraptor would come out of nowhere.
out of nowhere.
What the fuck? Yeah.
Yeah, and you're like, fuck this. And the variety of weapons too. How it's, you know, it's really cool, man. It's just, I just love being in that world. I did, even though it was, by this point it's a dated world. But when I was that age, this shit blew me the fuck away.
Yeah.
For sure. And what you guys can go say your piece on the game because I bumped it from you guys earlier. So.
I really don't like this game that much.
It's terrible.
I'll tell you what. It's funny that your hard comment doesn't come around back to this game because this game was fucking hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty challenging. Yeah.
I think I've maybe only beaten it once. I don't think I ever went all the way through it ever again.
I think same here. I think I can actually say that too. But I know I played that first level more than any level in any game almost ever, probably.
Yeah.
And maybe besides like the Metal Gear Solid like first area, the helipad area or whatever. But like, but also maybe like the first third of that game I played more than just anything because like, man, that game was just so fucking hard. Like, and I just enjoyed playing like the stuff that I played over and over again because I could breeze through it real quick. Like I was like a pro gamer, even though it was just because muscle memory.
I might be misremembering it because I had help. My brother was always there playing it with me. And,
I always got to parts where I had like a neighborhood friend. I was like, dude, you need to beat this part for me. Like,
that's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, dude, like that game was hard. That game was really hard, but so fucking good. And I love that whole series. It spawned such a cool series that's dead today for whatever reason. But man, what a fun, like absolutely what a fun setting. And I long for a Dino Crisis or another
Oh
Dino.
man, Dino Crisis.
Yeah, dude,
Love
right?
that game.
Right? Resident Evil with dinosaurs?
With dinosaurs, yeah.
Fuck
Who
off.
cares if it's just a reskin? Give me the fucking game. I don't
they
care.
did the same thing with Onimusha. They're like, yeah, it's just samurais and demons in Resident Evil. I'm like, that's great. Fuck yeah, give me that. Like, I love
all of that. Yep.
How did I never really play Dino Crisis? Was it?
Dude,
It was
Dino
very
Crisis
under the
was
radar, man.
So rad. Yeah, what a rad game.
Dude, I'm looking at my copy of it right now, man. I've got it right here.
Awesome.
God.
Swear to
I feel
God.
like an idiot. I'm an idiot gamer.
And it even, hold on, it even includes Resident Evil 3 Nemesis demo disc. Like, Capcom made no fucking qualms about hiding the fact that
Exactly. They're like, hey, you like this game, you'll definitely like this game.
Hey, all you guys that like Jurassic Park, play this fucking game. Like,
Dude, it came out right on the heels of like Jurassic Park, like 1 and 2, and not so much 3. I think that came a little later, but yeah, man, Dino craze in the '90s, Dynamite.
Yeah.
Dynamite.
Dynamite.
I sent you a poorly lit picture of it, Jeff.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
Oh, good.
It's
I'm
awesome.
excited for this.
Exactly.
I'm gonna frame the
Man.
fuck out of it. So, JD, you're do you have more to say on Turok?
Hell yeah. Well, not that much, but a little bit. Dude, I remember playing this game with Rage Against the Machine as my backing soundtrack.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, just all that unnecessary angsty music playing in the background, fueling every bit of rage that game induced in my life playing it. I remember that probably more than most other N64 games. It was when I got the console. So my choices were like Turok and Wave Racer, I think. Those are like,
oh my god, I love that game.
What a great
game. Great fucking game, man. That was so much fun.
Wave Race, it was so hard to say. Wave Race 64.
Wave Race.
Oh my god, Kyle, when we did
Wave Racer.
Kyle and I did 1996 video games. We fucking forgot this one.
Don't say that. We did not do that.
That was a launch title.
There's no way that we forgot that game.
I swear to God, we did.
Oh my God, what have we done?
All right, it's fine though. That other podcast doesn't exist. There was no podcast, so
that's why. Hey, you know what? That's what killed it. That's what killed it.
Yep. So funny.
Sorry to cut you off. Go ahead with your Turokness.
Nah, man, I'm not gonna say anything y'all haven't already said. That game is just difficult as shit, and it was entertaining, and it got me through a very long summer. Because as you said, once you got that game for the summer, that was it. And I'm born in December, so birthday, Christmas, that's when I got all my shit.
It's all happening.
Hell no.
Yeah,
Nothing.
I have Christmas and I have a July birthday, so it was always kind of nice. Yeah. Having a little padding.
Same thing.
You know?
Same thing. Yeah.
Such a
July
unique
birthday.
game.
Sorry, not January. Man. So yeah, you got some spread there. That's
good.
A little bit. Yeah, I have at least a month, but so I mean, it's not like too far.
It's shitty.
From
don't
more
try.
gifts in Christmas. You know what I mean? They're not like as soon as I get gifts in Christmas, they're not like, well, I just got you something for your birthday. They're just they kind of like it's still refreshing to give me gifts, I guess. So that's cool.
Correct. Yeah.
If we're talking about being selfish for a moment, yes, that's
why not. Selfishness is what led to this conversation. Because if we were selfish little shitty kids, we wouldn't have had the time to play this.
Dude,
stuff
there was no time
in the first place.
There was no better time to be a selfish shitty kid than that. I tell you.
Oh my god, for real.
Mm-hmm.
So JD, what's your number 4?
This is another one that was like a sleepover prerequisite. I don't know if y'all are going to have it because it's kind of crazy, but Crash Bandicoot 2 Cortex Strikes Back. Fucking love that series, man.
I'm so happy that that's getting represented because I'm just an avid, I don't get that series. Because you know why? I'll tell you why. I suck at platformers. Suck at them.
And as far as platformers go, that is difficult as shit. But
they're hard,
this was like the proverbial like baseball team goes over to somebody's house and you're just like as soon as you die you trade it off and the next person gets to play. So that was most of my experience with this game was just you go until you die and once you die the next person gets it and shit if your mom comes to pick you up before it's your turn then fuck you only got to play one little round because it's very easy to die in that game.
Oh yeah.
I just remember the music and the soundtrack being really awesome. And memorable to the point where I can't really remember the details now. I just remember it being rememberable. Does that make any sense at all?
Yeah, no, absolutely.
I'm going to go with that.
Absolutely.
It's
But
an
yeah,
extremely memorable platformer series for sure. I mean, they brought it back for a
But
reason.
even the music, I mean, like I know what you mean by that. Where like there's games from the '90s where I'm like, dude, I remember the music. Like I can't hum it right now, but I remember it
Yeah.
just being fucking
But
rocking. You know?
as soon as I hear the first measure of music, I'd be right back into it, man.
Yeah.
Right
totally.
back into
Start
it.
humming it. Yeah. Immediately. Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah, I included that as an honorable mention for its legacy, and I also like platformers.
Yeah, I love.
I also had
platformers.
my brief experience with Crash Bandicoot during Uncharted 4, so that was fun.
Oh,
I
nice.
sucked at that game so hard. I was
Oh,
like, yeah,
yeah,
that's why I fucking hate this game. Like, because I suck so bad at them.
Yeah.
Like, it's
I was
totally
just kind of
my
like, how many
skills.
times am I going to die before they go back to the cutscene I was watching?
Yeah, 'cause I'm pretty
ridiculous.
excited to get back there at this point.
It was great though that it still had it there as an option if you wanted to wander around during that game. That was what was funny to me, is like you could always go back to, instead of talking to Elena, is that her name?
Oh, I can't remember.
In Uncharted, you can always like go back.
Oh
to
yeah, Elena. Yeah,
talking to her, or you're supposed to progress the story, or you can just go back to playing the game again and sucking at it. It's like you have that freedom for
Some
just a
people
brief
beat the
moment.
game. I think some people beat the game. Like,
Oh, fuckers.
and I know, and I'm just like, God
I'm sure
damn
it's
it.
like a platinum achievement or some shit like that.
Yeah,
a
right.
trophy. Fuckers. Anyway, Kyle, what's your number 4?
I'm gonna say a lot of the same things that JD just said about a completely different game, which is kind of interesting. Mega Man X4 is my number.
Oh,
4.
nice. Cool.
And it is a game that is another sleepover type game. It's another as you die, you switch off type of game or whatever. And it was cool to kind of just figuring out, hey, what boss do we need to go to next to get the weakness of the next boss? Classic, Mega Man formula or whatever. But you had fucking Zero in this game, who was like his like badass blonde, like fucking sword wielding like dude bro friend or whatever.
Yeah.
And that. Dude, you put a sword in any game, especially like a sci-fi setting where it's like just lightly tangentially resembles a lightsaber. I'm like, whoa, I'm in on that, So it was cool to have two different stories with both X, Mega Man and Zero, and just a really, really fun platformer. Very, very, very hard. These games are so hard.
Yeah, I remember that one a lot.
Maybe this is not the hardest in the series or whatever, but like these are all tough games. Like, you got to bring your A game.
That's probably why we never played it in my household, to be honest. Like
Maybe.
We played it early on in the Nintendo and Super Nintendo phases, but then we were just both all kind of like, let's play something we can all enjoy.
Like, a lot of people don't realize there's like a rhythm to it. Like you have to, like there's an order that you have to choose to stage.
I'm sure
it.
there is. Yeah.
Yeah, and like I never knew that until like a buddy was like, "No, man, you have to like have the right weapons for the right boss." And I'm like, "Get the fuck out of here!" It's like you start learning this stuff as you go along. And I played every single Mega Man from the first one to this one. And this was actually my favorite of all of them. I think it's got the best story. It's got like anime. Like cut scenes and like everyone's kind of like all Japanese animate out and shit like that. It's fucking really cool, man. Just a really fun game. High up on my list, super high. Just a game that like if I had to like rank how many times I've beaten a game, like this is up there for like most completions.
God, that's awesome. That's incredible. That's
Nice.
noteworthy for sure. I am jealous of your drive. 'Cause I'm like, oh, this is hard. I'm leaving.
I had great teachers, man. Dude, I had really good. I had, dude, like, I may be like the best like in my video game group now, but I was always the worst in my other group. Like, I had really good video game friends. They fucking rocked, just natural like skill, man, like Rain Man levels of skill at this shit.
I enjoyed, the only thing I remember playing with friends. Well, I mean, obviously I have my brother that I played with all the time, but and we still play together. Actually, we're doing a get together this week as of this time of this recording. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. We're gonna play some multiplayer, old school. We always bust out the NFL Blitz from N64 because I still have that. I still have Mario Kart No Mercy. We always bust that out. It's like tradition to just bust that out. But yeah, we're gonna try some new games and shit. But yeah, besides that though, I would always have people come over so I could just beat them at Halo 2 or something.
Nice.
That's it. That's the extent of it. It's just like, hey, just come over and let me beat you really quick.
Yeah,
I'm not good at it anymore. Everybody's fucking next level on that game now. Anyway,
it's funny how that works, right?
I know, right?
And I remember being the best at this.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, let's just do the same level from that other game. I don't want to do this Halo 5 stuff anymore. I'm bad at this.
Remember Blood Gulch, guys? Remember Blood Gulch?
Shit was great. So my number 3 is a push from earlier. It's Quake 2.
Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
Man. This is, I mean, seriously, we're ranking these in order of, like, for me at least,
Yeah.
What are the games that I loved playing at the time that they came out, and I still could probably see myself playing them again.
Yeah, I have them all on Steam, man. The
yeah.
whole Quake collection. Rock that shit out anytime I want.
Dude, Quake 2 is awesome. I mean, it's just as fast-paced as the... it can be as fast-paced. I don't typically play that fast-paced. That's why I jumped out at Quake 3, especially because it's arena-focused.
Yeah.
But Quake 2, though, man, some of the most gratifying kills you'll have in a shooter, watching people just explode right before your eyes. I just love the feel of it. How, yeah, I mentioned the fast-pacedness of it. What's the soundtrack like? Is it like is that the one that has like kind of like a metal-ish soundtrack, or am I thinking of something else? I might be thinking of Doom, like the new Doom or something.
Doom does have that, but Quake is, if I remember, pretty similar. I know that there were different soundtracks depending on the platform that you played it. I know that.
Provided by Sonic Mayhem, who is a it doesn't say what genre he did.
Good old Sonic Mayhem.
Agro-industrial genre, that's what it was. So yeah, it was kind of like metal-ish.
Yeah.
It was kind of like what Doom implemented in the new game from last year or the year before that, last year, I think.
Yeah. Trent Reznor did the original Quake. Holy shit. I didn't know that. Oh my god.
Dude, what?
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That adds up.
Yeah, the soundtrack of Quake 2 is written by Sonic Mayhem, who offer a very different piece compared to Trent Reznor's Quake soundtrack. What?
Yeah.
I had no idea.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it blew my mind just now.
I wouldn't have cared as a kid at all.
No,
Quake 2's the one I played over the first one.
I appreciate the
sure.
shit out of that now, but yeah, I would have been like, who?
Yeah.
This one also had. I was a big fan of playing shooters with my, my brother and my dad and stuff like that. And we had. This was a cooperative. This was the first time they introduced cooperative play, and also there was deathmatch. Of course, we played that, obviously, but yeah, cooperative. We were all about that shit in my household. So that was such a blast of a game. Every game on here is a fucking blast, and I keep saying that, but for real, it is. So JD, that was your number 5. So
yes.
Say your piece, sir.
Dude, I remember my uncle gave me this game for Christmas, and I had already had Quake, but I didn't really play it very much once I got it. And once he gave me Quake 2, and I think he even threw in an expansion pack in there, which, like, what a great fucking uncle that is, throwing in the first expansion pack. So it got me into the series, basically. I just went back and finished Quake 1, and I don't know. I know it might be sacrilegious for some people. I think it's superior to Doom, personally, and for what it meant to me. Because I didn't
jerk.
Really...
Get out of here.
Sorry,
we're over.
Sorry, man.
Okay, we're good now.
We're good. All things are healed. Yeah, man. I remember this is probably. I don't even know, man. I don't even know really how to describe what it meant to me. This was the first, like, gory, gruesome thing that my parents really allowed me to get into, I guess. And it was all because of my uncle's Christmas present, man. I remember getting it. I remember being excited, riding home from my grandparents' house in Central Texas, and I couldn't wait to get home and dive into the series. Mm-hmm. And when I saw it on sale, saw every single iteration of Quake on sale for $10 one year. It's like, oh, that's the easiest $10 I've ever spent, for sure. And I've gone back and played them several times.
Oh yeah, me too. Same with Doom, but Doom more so.
So you like Doom better? Okay, whatever. I just like the aesthetic.
Kyle knows. Doom is better.
Fight.
Oh boy. Anyway.
I haven't played Doom in a long time.
Well, that's because you're a ridiculous person who likes German Nazi propaganda, as we established in the last...
I can't disagree with half of that statement.
I kid. This is all in good fun, people.
Of course.
We're all having a good time. All right. So JD, I guess you're next. I'm sorry. I was about to skip you.
Cool.
JD, what's your number... I didn't mean to. Your number 3.
My number 3 is totes nostalgia based. This was the first game I really ever sat down with my family and played and kicked their asses in. Mario Kart 64. I love this game so much.
Cue the music, if you don't mind. Yeah. So Pepper's here.
Can't cut this part off.
Can I tell you guys something?
Yeah.
I completely forgot to put this on my list.
Really?
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
you Grand Theft Auto'd it.
Completely forgot to put this on my list. So would have been in top 3 or 4. Just, you know.
Yeah.
I'll redeem it later in the rankings. Yeah.
Cool.
Oh
All right,
well.
we're talking about it later.
Oh yeah, we're
Pushing that real good.
holy shit. Yeah, I wouldn't, not that far, obviously, because we only have so many numbers left.
Right,
But
right.
Kyle, what's your number 3?
JD might want to like queue up the other one here in a second. I pushed it
There
real
you
good
go.
earlier. Yep, it's time for some
You
Star
already
Fox
did
64.
This shit is insane. Oh my god, I love it.
Yeah, God, it's just like when people get their soundboard for the first time and like their shows turn into like hokey.
All right.
All right, ding 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 ding. Yeah.
Exactly.
This is our era of that right now.
Totally. I love it.
Star Fox, dude, come on! Wow.
Oh yeah.
What a game!
Oh yeah.
It was like, again, I keep on bringing up that like everything was Star Wars in the 90s for me. It's just like, how do I compare this to Star Wars? Dude,
Right.
you were flying X-Wings in that game, man. You were shooting down, like, you were taking down the Empire, which you really weren't doing that in that game, but, like, that's what it felt like. You're going
Yeah.
planet to planet, interplanetary, like, space battles, like, in space. It's fucking awesome. It was so cool. And the Rumble, remember when you first got that Rumble pack?
Oh,
Like, the
yeah.
very first big
Oh,
rumble,
dude.
and you're like, ugh. And if you're a dude, you kind of, you did the gross thing where you put it on your dick because that's what little boys do. So gross.
What the fuck? You're so right.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, shut up, Jeff.
Come on.
Okay.
Come
Come
on.
on, high horse.
Come on.
I immediately apologize for my lies.
Yeah, but like that's man, it was so cool to have that thing for the very first time, especially like in the cool levels, like where cause there was always like a variation to beat each level or some of the levels.
Oh, man.
And it sent you on a different path to different
Yes.
planets, And it was so cool trying to figure all that shit out, like in a time before like the internet like really like existed in the way that it does now.
You would have had to fork over $30 for a strategy guide. to
Yeah,
figure
or
that
you'd
shit
have
out
to like
back
peek
then.
at one in a store or hear about it from a friend, or you'd
Right.
have to like
Right.
man, I mean, like, I think maybe GameFAQs was around at that time, so maybe you could have been, like, on the game boards that time. It just wasn't like it was today, though, It was just, like, it was
Right.
very underground. Man, what a fucking cool game. I just love every second of it. And when you finally, and I can, like, you can run through that entire game on the path that gets you the best ending in, like, an hour, 15 minutes. Like, it's a really...
Oh, yeah.
So, like, I used to just do runs of that. This may be the game that I've beaten the most in my life. It may actually be. Like, I've
Wow.
just beaten it so many times. Sometimes I beat it, like, 4 or 5 times in an afternoon. Like, this is... I'm going to do every single path. I'm going to go through every path, and I'm just going to... Do a barrel roll! Do a fucking barrel roll. That's exactly right.
It's the key to success. I mean, he's not wrong. He just says it all the fucking time.
That's why it says it in the first, like, they cement it. Like, they start saying it in the first level. You need to adapt. Adapt to the barrel roll.
Exactly. Must be done.
What about y'all's memories of this game?
Oh my
Oh
god.
boy. Yeah, I just I played this a fuck ton. I remember never beating it though. I don't even know if anybody in my family
Really?
did, because we were just kind of like, man, we suck at this. Like, it's just the aerial controls were a little rough, a little bit. I mean, they took some getting used to, and like I demonstrated with the Extreme G title, we're not a patient gaming family.
Yeah.
But it's still awesome. Obviously, it's my number 5, and JD, it's your 6.
Yeah.
I mean, it's for a reason, though. I mean, it's just an iconic game. I mean, there was nothing like it before that. I mean, except for, I guess, not Star Fox 64. Was there an original Star Fox? I assume there was.
Yeah, there was one on Super Nintendo, I think.
Oh, okay. Was it
there
as
Yeah,
I think.
yeah.
was
And
it
there
as
was a
good looking or
second one
third
that
person?
It
Hold
was kind of third. It was almost exactly the same, but like really fucking shitty graphics.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah.
and then they added the 3D element like later, like what I mean, into the next game, which is not the whole game. You just go into areas that are like all terrain mode or all range mode, and you go into like a 3D mode.
It was super blocky. Super blocky.
Yeah.
And it kind of looks like Tron, but just re-skinned almost.
Oh yeah, it's a garbage-looking game on the Super Nintendo. And the second one's going to come out for the very first time on the Super Nintendo Mini or whatever. It never got released or whatever, so everyone's going to find...
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
Everyone's
Holy
going to
shit.
finally get it. They're going to get it good.
They're gonna get it. It's gonna be huge.
So, it's going to be big.
It's gonna be enormous. Yeah, that's a really great game, though. I love space flying games. That's all
These
there is
flying
to it.
games rock, man.
Yeah, they're awesome. They're my jam. And especially at that age, I was just, wow, look at this!
We're in space!
Yeah, it was awesome.
I get it.
I remember going, like, when I was a kid, I did this shitty thing where, like, I would, like, tear the Christmas presents a little bit just to see what it was.
Yeah.
And then I would tape it
I
back
did
together,
that, yeah.
and then I would blame the tree because trees did that, right?
They
trees,
did, yeah. You'd pull it out and it'd
Yeah.
get caught on something and it'd rip.
Right. I was like, oh, I was just reorganizing the Christmas gifts, and the tree cut it all up very neatly at the bottom.
Oh, that
corner
one
so I
was
could
one
see
of
what it
mine? Oh, I could have taken a peek at it, but I didn't because I'm such a
No.
good boy.
was. Yeah.
Dude, you inspired the happening, man. I don't like that.
What? No. So yeah, I saw that this was Star Fox in one of the Christmas gifts. I don't think, was it to me? I don't know. If it might have been to the boys, quote unquote, me and my brother. That's probably how it was titled or something. But anyway, I was like, what the fuck is this? You know what I mean? I was kind of like, why would you get us a game? We have no idea what it is. And then we played it and it was just kind of mind blown. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we played it a fuck ton. It was awesome. Anyway, so that brings us to, we're back to my number 2. And I kind of bumped this
Don't make
from
me do it.
earlier. I bumped this from earlier. It's Mario Kart 64.
Okay, cool.
So it didn't.
cool.
It wasn't pushed for too far.
So you're not going to have one of my
Y'all
top
are-
2 on your list. Wow.
Y'all are bumping mine. Oh, really? Oh, and neither of y'all have a top one in mine, which I foresaw.
All right, we're gonna have a good top end of the bracket, man.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
gonna be good.
Fuck yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
Y'all are gonna push the shit out of mine, though. I know it. Feel it in my heart.
Look, I am really, really excited. You don't know that, first off. You probably do. I probably know that.
I do because you haven't said it. You're saying you're number 2 right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, right? You don't know that. My number 1 is
No.
Sub-Zero Mythologies or whatever.
Oh my God, get the fuck
can
outta
we-
here
can we
with
just,
that.
Can we just segue right into
I
worst
returned
game
that
of the year?
game back
Worst
to
game of the year.
Blockbuster within an hour of renting it. I brought that
Such-
shit back to Blockbuster.
Such a bad game. Such a
I
bad game.
had Cozart's mom drive me back up there so we could fucking rent something else. That was
You
bullshit.
should feel bad about how bad that game is. You should feel bad about it, Midway. Feel bad.
You
You're
did one
bad
thing
at
well.
it.
You did fighting really well.
Yes.
Stop trying to fucking build characters in a world where all we want to do is see everybody just fucking rip each other's skull out. I mean,
see
come
their
on.
Spines, like, hanging
Come on.
from their dead bodies. I don't want to see all this other stuff.
Exactly.
I love I loved the idea of doing like this story thing, but why
Yeah.
one character? It
Yeah.
just doesn't
Yeah.
make sense at all.
Well, I know
and
Luke
just
Cage-
the execution was obviously not there at all, like almost
No.
non-existent. It was
The
fucking
one later
terrible.
on PS2 was a lot better. Like, there was like a Liu Kang Kung Lao one or something like that.
Oh yeah, I do remember.
Didn't they do a Raiden one eventually too?
I don't remember. I don't know.
Man.
Yeah. Man, this game was really bad.
Anyway, that's not my number 2 is Mario Kart though,
What a great
so we
game
don't have to
that
worry
is,
about
dude.
that. Let's go. So yeah, I love this game, and I still play it. It's still good. I still love playing the Wario Stadium and pissing off whoever I play with by just jumping over the
Jumping
hill.
over the hill.
and
Oh,
jumping
you
back over
cheating
it.
fuck.
No, I'm kidding. I
Hey,
don't
it's
do
not
that.
it's not a cheat. That's an
Yeah,
exploit.
it is.
No.
No.
It
It's
still
cheating.
has
It's
much
cheating
of
if
a,
everyone doesn't know about it.
Okay, but I
No,
can
I don't do that. I'm
I can
kidding.
tell
I don't do
you
that.
100% that happened to me by accident.
Oh,
So
I believe that, yeah.
If it happens by accident and then you discover it and you don't tell your friends and you're just the smartest person in your group of friends.
Listen, I'm not saying I wouldn't do the same thing.
Okay. As long as you admit that you're on the level. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm not above anything. It's called winning, not,
Right. And who wants
This
to
is,
drive around
I'm not Boy Scouting.
This franchise is as much of a game of chance as it ever is, too. Like
Oh, yeah.
in Wario Stadium, especially because that's the one we played the most. Even as a family, we got my mom on this shit. Like all 4 of us
Yeah, same
with
here.
controllers playing
Not
this
your
game.
mom, my mom.
Yeah, you did not have my mom play the game with you. You
No.
fuckface. How dare you?
Sorry,
Anyway,
man. Sorry.
Anyway, yeah. You ass. All right. Anyway, yeah, it's just really, it's fantastic. Yeah, anytime, we would, oh God, we were such dicks to each other. We would always, like, right before the jump, there's a jump, you know what I'm talking about? and right before it, I would hit somebody with a red turtle shell, so they would fall down and have to drive all the way back
Yes.
up. Yeah, just be mega.
the best.
This is like the game where you're like just the ultimate dickish version of yourself.
Oh my
outside
god,
of,
you are
Grand Theft Auto.
the worst version of yourself. You're absolutely right. While playing this game.
100%.
This and like Mario Party, it's like your shittiest version of yourself surfaces, and you're like, yeah.
It's beautiful.
It's
beautiful.
awesome,
Yeah, it's a
though.
beautiful thing that video
I love
games
the
do
shit
this.
out of it, man. Yeah, I mean, there's not much. I mean, Kyle and I talked about on a previous podcast that we used to do. It might still be in this feed. We did talk about Mario Kart as if it was a 1996 release, and then I was like, wait, it didn't come out here because it was released in Japan first. It didn't come out here until early '97.
Yeah.
Right.
Oops.
Man, I still wore this game out. I still have the original version I got in the '90s, and I'm still playing it. I'm still playing it, man. It's so good.
Yep.
That speaks for itself. So, does somebody else want to chit chat about this one?
Man, so you normally did the time trial? Did you do that a lot? Where you race yourself and stuff?
Sometimes, yeah, but it just wasn't the same.
That was fun. And then I liked the death match where everybody had
Battle
the 3
mode.
balloons.
Yeah, battle mode is awesome.
Dude,
Battle mode.
the block level, I don't remember what it was called, but with the ramps where everything is very square and there's 4 of them.
Totally.
Dude, that was my shit, man. That battle mode was awesome because you think you're fine, and then you go around the corner and you don't know what the fuck is over there, and you're dead.
Yep.
You're dead.
That's the other thing about that game. It's so humbling. You're like, man, I've been in first for 2 solid laps. I'm on sunshine right now. How am I in last?
Blue
What happened?
spiky turtle shell.
Yeah,
oh my
what?
God.
Yeah. I don't know what. I got hit by every goddamn thing, and now I'm in last. It's like, the game is so humbling.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I really like Mario Kart 64, and I hate myself that I didn't put it on my list.
Yeah, well, it'll be represented just like GTA. It's gonna be represented in the bracket.
Yeah.
Anyway, so very highly, apparently. JD, what's your number 2? Man, I have no idea where people are gonna go with this. What's your number 2?
My number 2 is Parappa. No, I'm kidding.
That's my honorable mention. So
it is an on-men for me, but I'm not about to put it number 2.
You gotta believe.
Oh
This
my God.
is
Never touched it.
I played
So good.
almost every version of this series leading up to it, so it's Castlevania Symphony of the Night for me.
Oh my God! Shut up.
Yeah, totally. I just did it.
You and I just became best friends.
Did we just sync?
We almost synchronized. Like,
Sweet.
Oh, you're gonna have to.
So you're
probably
pushing it
gonna have
then?
to push it. Yeah.
You're gonna have to push that.
Dude, the
Which
dog
one is
in
that?
the other-
Symphony of the Night?
I can't
Yeah,
believe-
Symphony of the Night.
I was just like, I know you guys are gonna bone me on this one. I'm gonna be
Dude.
I'm gonna be in the brackets going. I mean, like you're Dracula killing, like your Dracula's son killing his dad. Like you guys, come on, you guys, you didn't show up for this one. You guys didn't show up for this one.
I fucking love this game, man.
Oh,
I don't know how I even got to play it because I don't even still own the copy that I had, which is a shame because that thing's like
You can
fucking
own
rare
it
as
almost
shit.
it's almost you can own it almost anywhere now. It's almost on any kind of downloadable service.
Oh, cool, nice, dude. I'm gonna have to
You can
get
get it on
that.
the 360, or you can get it on like the PS3. I don't know if it's on the newer systems, but it'll get there. It's almost gets
Cool.
released all the time.
Dude, what a great game, man. Can't
We'll
wait
get
to
there.
dive in.
But if we're gonna go right to my number 2, y'all might as well just go ahead and push it because it's GoldenEye 007.
Oh, that one? I don't have that one. Oh yeah, I do.
You know what? I don't think there's any point in pushing it because it's my number 1 and it's JD's number 1.
Yeah.
So let's just chit chat about it because we would just segue right into my number 1 anyway.
Okay. Dude.
And then JD's and then of course Kyle's. So yeah, let's chit chat about GoldenEye and then we'll talk about Castlevania, which is inevitably Kyle's number 1 by this point. You fucker. No, I'm kidding. I really regret that I never played that game.
Try
man.
hard.
Can we say that GoldenEye is the best multiplayer to ever come out at that time?
I mean, we're
Like,
gonna say GoldenEye
safely?
is our number 1 pick seed for sure. So
Yeah, absolutely.
Dude, that
introduced
game,
things to that genre that never had been like thought of really. I think, especially like franchise games. Like when you
Yeah.
think of those, you kind of like raise your nose like you just smelled a fart. You're kind of like, oh, not that one. Yeah, this one kind of was a game changer on many levels. Jesus, it's so good.
dude.
Right.
The first, the story mode has so much replayability just with the unlocking the cheat codes and everything.
But even the harder difficulties add more objectives. So as you get better at your runs and you want to bump up the difficulty, it adds more like sophisticated objectives that you have to do. It was complex, man. It was really cool.
I like that each cheat code was specific to a specific. Does that even make sense? It was you had to be playing it at a specific difficulty per that level. So it'd be like I don't. What did they call them? Were they starred? Is that what they were? 1 star, 2 star, 3 star, or how did they break their levels down? I can't remember that.
Agent, secret agent,
double O agent. That's right. So the first one would be on the easiest level, and then the next one would be on the second, then the next one would be on the third to unlock that code. Oh man, I remember. Have you guys ever beaten the facility in under 2 minutes to unlock that code? You guys ever done that?
I totally did that run. I did all the.
Oh, you mean the faculty?
I always called it the faculty. Yeah.
I knew somebody that referred to it as that. I'm like, guys, it's not it's not an Elijah Wood movie that's going to come out in a couple of years.
Dude,
it's not it.
Underrated in that movie. So.
Yeah, totally. Robert Patrick's in that one. Good stuff.
Oh, God.
I'd never seen that movie. Probably never going to see that movie.
Yeah, that
gotta see it. Come on.
That speed run of that level is largely dictated by where you run into the scientist to give you the remote door unlocking deal at the end. Like you can run into him in like one of 5 different places, and if you get there and he's not there, then you're not going to fucking get it done in enough time.
Yeah, you have to let the random generated AI just let the cards be as it may as they fall.
That one, and then it's not the armory, but it's the one where you start off locked up in an office room with Natalia, and you have to get out of there. Those two gave you either invincibility or invisibility, and those were like gold in that game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, my fucking heart beats for that game. It's fucking
seriously
it's so fucking good.
Rocket launch and like trying to come up with a good weapon battle between your friends, like agreeing upon what weapons to use took like 10 minutes amongst my crew.
Slappers only on faculty, only, bro. No odd jobs.
Yeah, no odd jobs. Yeah. Oh man, that game has more memories for me than anything.
You motherfucker.
No golden guns. They're not allowed.
Oh yeah, one of my favorite modes is slappers only.
Dude,
oh man, that was so much fun.
Yeah,
so stupid.
Fucking
and that
each other.
does not hold up at all because you're like literally just going.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's so slow.
The most underwhelming slap in video game history in hindsight.
Absolutely.
Judo chop. Like,
dude, and that game, it follows like the movie to a T, which is really weird to think about.
Yeah.
Like usually, like games deviate, you know. No, you're in the faculty, you're on the runway, yada yada. You're doing this. You're in Russia. You're sneaking through the street. Like you hit everything. You're now you're in a tank.
Every level's in the movie. Yep.
It's so crazy. Yeah. There's no like weird, leaps or anything. It's all there. It's pretty cool.
It doesn't have the sex deaths though from Xenia on the top. It doesn't have that.
Yeah. We could have used more of that for sure.
Could have used a little more of that. But that's okay.
They added some cool levels from like Moonraker though with Jaws and
the Aztec level.
Baron Samedi with Aztec. Yep. It was good stuff, So you got some classics in there.
Lasers.
Every time somebody would select the Aztec level, I'm like, oh, I'm just okay.
I fucking hated that level of multiplayer. Yeah.
Dude, with rocket launchers, you could dominate if you knew where somebody was.
That's true.
They're coming out of vent shafts, shoot a rocket launcher, and 10 seconds later they die.
Fuck, man. Oh, man, I love this game so much. Look, playing it now is a challenge because it's very slow to look around.
Yeah.
It's just slow in general. It just doesn't look that good. Everybody's blocky, obviously, but there's some humor to it, of course. But yeah, there's an element to it as well, which I've never seen in a shooter before, where like if you hold the aim button and then hit like the left or the right yellow arrows, you can like quickly kind of like just look around the corner.
Oh yeah,
it looks very silly when you do it. Like when you're looking at somebody doing it, it literally like is like they're jumping. It's like the game is glitching almost when you look at it dead on. But that was something I'd never seen a shooter do before. You can strafe, of course, but I mean, I'm talking about like where you could just quickly peek around the corner and shoot, and then let go of the arrow, and you're back to where you were, so you don't take any more damage. I found that to be fascinating. I love the story mode too. Like at a certain point, you literally just are running through it speed mode.
Yeah.
Just to get achievements and shit like that. Which my dad was the one who took the wheel on that. He like completely dominated the game and got us all the cheat codes.
Nice.
It was pretty unreal, man. God damn it, this game is so special. Just to me personally, obviously it's kind of.
You can make that game. You can make that game real weird with a Game Shark, also.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could.
You really could, yeah.
Dude,
I remember Game Shark. Holy shit, 97.
I had
All right.
friends that would bring their game to school and ask me to take it home and beat a certain level for them to unlock something because they couldn't afford a game
Dude,
jam.
remember when you could
Didn't
do
wanna
that?
use it.
Like, I used to do that all the time also, where it was just like, man, I can't beat this boss in Zelda, or I can't figure out this thing, and I'd bring
It's like,
the
yo, bro,
cartridge to my friend.
Bring your cartridge, bro.
I could take care of that for you, man. I could bring it to you next day, bro.
Yeah,
And
for real.
I'd be back and be, like, beaten. I'd have a couple extra potions. It's like,
Yeah.
fuck yeah, man. All right.
Man,
Look, guys, look. This is going to be really high on our list. Obviously. Oh, my God. I'm so bummed I didn't play any of Castlevania, though. It looks fucking, like, it looks awesome.
Dude,
Like,
the
when I see
music-
screenshots of it and I picture my 1997 self seeing what it was instead of being just, like, turned off by, I don't know, some... I have no idea what turned me off. The gothicness of it?
It's still good to this day. Like,
It is.
I'm sure it is, because it's
if
pixel
you have
art,
a
right?
360, yeah, you could pick that shit up for like $10 and play it like tonight, and it's
Dude.
it's still fucking good.
Nice. I do have a
And it's
360.
platformer. You guys know I like platformers.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, it's an amazing platformer. And
They
like
call the
it's not,
subgenre of Metroidvania because it's very
Metroidvania.
yeah. It's perfect.
yeah, it's
damn
super
it.
it's Super Metroid and Castlevania put together. You know,
What was I doing?
It was
Goldeneye, that's
also
it.
the very first Castlevania, I believe, and if I'm wrong, someone will, hopefully will, not maybe presently, but someone in the comments or someone will fix it. But it's the very first Castlevania where you like leveled up and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Oh yeah,
You
I think so.
You got experience points,
Interesting.
leveled up and everything. So, yeah, man, it was a really cool game. Which I guess I didn't really officially say it. That's my number one, everybody. It's Castlevania. Yeah, I fucking love this game, man. What a game changer it was, just in terms of like storytelling and just taking that particular game and turning it, that genre, that series or whatever, and turning it into something just spectacular. Because it used to just be kind of more of a side-scrolling, not exploratory type of game, and then this is like the greatest version of itself, you know? Like every
Yeah.
Castlevania game aspires to be like Symphony of the Night to this day, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very few getting to like its leagues even, you know, which a couple make it, you know, they get there. Portrait of Ruin is really good.
Did you play the N64
The 3D
iteration of
one?
Castlevania? I can't
3D
remember.
one?
I'm going through my discs or my cartridges right now. Let me see.
Yeah, it's 3D and it's awful. Yeah, it's super
Yeah,
bad.
it's just
Yeah.
I remember I had a choice. I had a choice and I chose poorly. I bought this instead of Symphony of the Night and was like, oh, that kind of sucks. And then I got Symphony of the Night a couple weeks later. It was like, oh, that's right.
Wow. Yeah.
That's what it was supposed to be.
Man, you start the game by killing Dracula. Like, it's fucking awesome. You're one of
Yeah.
the Belmonts, you murder Dracula, and then the game picks back up and you're Dracula's son, and you're like, don't agree with what this guy's doing. I don't agree with it. I'm going to murder him. I'm going to murder my pops or whatever. So you break into Castlevania, which is the castle, I guess is what it's called, and you just start ripping things to pieces, man. And it's fucking cool, dude. Like, it's just a cool game. Awesome bosses. Like, that's what the series is known for, is like amazing boss fights and everything like that. You know, heavily inspires the Dark Souls series, like the whole Souls, Bloodborne series and everything like that. You would call those modern-day Metroidvania games, you know? Like, those are games where you acquire skills or knowledge that allow you to return to areas previously to find new paths and stuff like that, you know? It's especially Demon Souls specifically, like the very first incarnation of that series, really inspired by like Castlevania and everything. Just a really inspirational series, man. I just fucking love it. This is definitely the best version of the series, and it just so happened to come out in 1997. One of my
God damn
all-time favorites, you know. One of the
And I'm a goddamn idiot. I'm an idiot.
idiot. What a moron.
I'm hand gliding. I'm dead. All right, sorry. That was a wedding crashers. You're welcome, everybody. All right, so I'm kind of already compiling the list here a little bit. This is going to be tough when we get further down, I think. But I already have GoldenEye at number 1, Castlevania at 2, since you and Kyle synchronized on that. Mario Kart at 3, since it was my 2, JD's 3, and Kyle forgot it. I don't know, where would you have put it?
It would have been 4.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
4.
That's close
So we
enough,
give it
yeah.
the same weight as GTA, really, as far as the...
Yeah. Well, and then at
throw
4
in.
I put Star Fox, because Kyle had it higher,
Yeah.
but we all had it.
Yeah, I
on
hit
our
it
list.
6,
It
yeah.
was a commonality. We can go GTA here and then Turok.
Okay.
Yeah.
If
And then
that's okay.
And then Quake after Turok.
Oh yeah. What did I say? GTA. And then
Then Turok. Turk.
Turk. Castlevania is very hard to put in here. I'm just going to put Castlevania SOTN. There we go. People can read that.
People, that's how they do it. That's the acronym, so.
Cool.
That's their preferred method, Jeff. They like it that way.
Turk. Crichter. So Crichter is in there, and let's see. Hello. We got to put some Mega Man in here, so we can put that.
Cool. Mega Man up there.
Trying to see if we have anything else from JD's. Oh yeah, Mega Man and Crash. We got to put Crash in here too.
Put Crash in there. I like that. Yeah.
Crash. Yeah, our lists are different, so we can like fill this out. This is awesome. So I'm gonna put. I mean, if it's cool, JD, I'm gonna put Mega Man first.
That's cool.
And then put like that's gonna be at 8, and then 9 will be Crash Bandicoot 2.
Okay.
That means they're fighting each other, by the way.
Sweet.
Out the math.
I can. Yeah, I'm there with you.
I haven't really played either, so this will be fascinating for me. I'm leaning towards the one.
I'm leaning towards the one. That
know.
sounds better.
Jesus Christ. Oh boy. All right, so after that, oh yeah, Crash Bandicoot's at 9. So Tomb Raider's a commonality.
Yeah.
Blast Core, well, that's by 6.
Tomb Raider?
Oh, Extreme G. I forgot Extreme G. I want to make sure we represent all of our 5s.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Top 5. So Extreme G, because that game's a pain in the fucking ass.
I mean, Final Fantasy VII has to be on there. People are gonna go crazy.
Oh my god! And they're gonna first off, they're gonna go crazy for sure, but they're gonna be like, "Why is it so low?"
I'm gonna be fighting
Absolutely.
hard for that one because we're trying. We're talking about like, John, like defining like moments in gaming and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
We'll see how far it gets. I'm gonna fight hard for it, everybody. I'm gonna, it got it's low, and I'll do my best. Hopefully, it gets knocked out first round. What?
What? Who said that? I didn't
What?
say
Yeah, someone just popped in.
So Extreme G is 10, and 11 we can go either Blast Core. Well, we're gonna have to go Final Fantasy. Let's just do it. Let's just get this shit out of the way.
Let's get it out of the way.
Final Fantasy 7.
Nice.
That's the burp is number 12.
Burp Kerr.
I have Blast Core next.
Last group.
That my number 6, and it looks like JD 6 is accounted for.
Yep.
I'll just put it here. Fuck it.
Cool.
13. So we have. Oh, we have Tomb Raider as a commonality. JD and I.
Yeah.
Put it up.
Let's do it.
That shit up.
Let's do it, bruh.
Okay, cool. Tomb Raider 2. This is a good fucking. This is diverse as shit, man. Let's see. I have Curse of Monkey Island at 7. Kyle has a Star Wars game I wish I played.
Put X-Wing versus TIE Fighter up there since that's what on meant for me. And JD.
Cool.
It's an honorable mention for me too.
Yeah,
it's a good one.
Put it up
Okay,
there.
cool.
Put it in there.
I'm trying to see if we have any other commonalities. I don't think we do. Other than that, the Star Wars. Yeah, I'll just put X-Wing. TIE fight. God damn it! I'm running out of room. X-Wing versus TIE. There we go.
Would you like a Windsor or a double Windsor?
Yeah, exactly. I was going dressed with that one as well. Yeah.
Oh, you weren't gonna go racist. Okay, good.
No, not racist.
All right, because I kind of was.
Oh.
All right.
Oh.
So cool. That brings us up to 2. We got 2 left, 15 and 16, and we can go Star Wars, Jedi Knight, Dark Forces, blah blah blah. We could go X-Men versus Street Fighter.
That one.
That one?
Yeah.
Okay. Curse of Monkey Island.
Yeah. Oh, Curse of Monkey Island. That one. Do those two.
Yeah, that's a classic. Put that one in
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Curse of Monkey Island. I'll just put Monkey Island. Jesus Christ, it looks like a mess. And then I'll put X-Men versus SF.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Street Fight. No, that doesn't work. Street F. Street F.
Hadouken.
I'll just put SF. Okay, yeah, that's good. All right, our matchups are fucking weird. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be awesome.
Awesome.
I don't know that we have any particularly tough matchups in the early rounds. It's gonna get down to the nitty gritty very quickly, though. This will be fun. I'll post it on our FUBA. I'll post it on our FUBA so everybody listening can read it.
Good old Fubba.
Soon.
I just gotta
And,
say,
then-
not enough love for Diddy Kong Racing out there in the world.
Oh, on men for me.
On men for me hard, but you know.
Yeah, that was an honorable mention for me too, actually.
Can't have two kart racing games in my list, you know.
No,
Right.
can't do it.
And I didn't play that nearly as much as Mario Kart
Yeah.
64, so let's be real.
Let's be real.
Man, no honorable mentions. I didn't even. Yeah, some of us didn't even get all of our 10 in there. This is a good year.
Yeah,
that's what
it's
that
a great
means to
year,
me.
yeah.
It's gonna be easier to kind of fight for like movies whenever we do that in 2 weeks, because those hold up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like those are things you can revisit and go, yeah, that was good, or it wasn't. Depends on how your viewing goes. But yeah, this is fucking awesome. It just depends. I'm not saying that the movies that I watch are suddenly shit. I'm just saying it depends. Anyway,
We'll see.
the movies Kyle chose are shit. Anyway, so
Everything sucks compared to Gattaca. Go.
Gattaca!
Gattaca's really good.
Yeah, Gattaca!
Anyway,
Gattaca!
Gattaca! Why is he yelling that? I don't know. It's a good movie, though. So stay tuned for next week when we have our 1997 video game choices, our best of that year, fight each other. And we're going to be miserable the whole hour. I assume it's going to be an hour. It could be a no-brainer, but I think, honestly, it's going to be tough to argue. Could get down to the number 1, number 2, and it'll be really, really
I'm
challenging.
gonna fight hard for a couple of these, you know, that need some good fighting for.
Yeah.
Good. I wouldn't want it any other way. So I guess we should tell people where to find us and shit. So, Kyle?
You can find me over at sub-culture.com. Why is that so hard? And our Twitch page as well, which is a variation of that. You could just look us up. It's there. Just look it up. Just use Google.
Find him.
You
And you're streaming
dummy.
often, right?
And I'm on Facebook, just as my name. You can look me up there too. Facebook has a
You're streaming.
subculture.
You stream pretty often too, right?
Yeah, every week now. I'm in the middle of a Birth by
Nice.
Sleep complete run, which is the Kingdom Hearts game. It's about Disney characters and Final Fantasy characters learning how to coexist in splintered worlds. That interesting.
Nice.
Well, that sounds awesome. I'm not really doing anything. HorrorGeekLife.com, I guess, but I'm not writing like at all.
It's miserable, right? Like I know I should, but
It's the worst. All right. So yeah, I don't know. Whatever. Jeff Whitty, Widdy on Twitter. You can find me there, I guess. And JD, we can find you and I are going to see John Mayer on fucking Saturday, dude.
Oh my god.
cool.
That just that always sneaks up on me every time it creeps
Yeah.
into my brain. I'm just like, oh, that's happening this week, huh? That thing I've been waiting for 4 months. Oh, that's cool.
We might do a podcast on
Fuck.
it, but if he does the same set, it's kind of like, well, who cares?
Right. Dude, we still have that backed episode, man, with the Mayor cast.
We do, and I'm trying to wait for like, the
conversion.
opportune moment. If he drops any news, I'm going to be like, capitalize, and then
Yeah.
drop it.
Exactly.
Because our opinions, I'm sure, haven't changed. At least
Nah,
not for me.
not
Because
so
my
much.
phase, I work with I listen to John Mayer in phases, so like my phase kind of ended shortly after that, so nothing's really changed.
It was the only CD that I had in my new car before I got the stuff to, like, because it doesn't have Bluetooth, so I can't hook my phone up to it. So it was the
Son of a
only.
bitch.
It was the only fucking album I listened to for like a month in my car and my short drives to work. And yeah, I kind of got tired of it after a little bit, but I'm back.
Yeah,
I'm
even
back.
though it's awesome, it's still great.
Oh, sure.
Like, shit.
Yeah. There's only
Anyway.
so much.
So we'll be there and maybe do a podcast episode. Probably not though, unless we get to hang out with him and have a weird fucking story to tell.
Yeah. What if
But,
he's like, if
cool.
he's like bigger than my podcast guys? Come on stage. We're like,
Hey, that's you guys, right?
yeah.
No fucking way.
No.
Bigger than podcast guys are here. All right.
Right.
They're my
he
favorite.
talks like
They're my
that.
favorite podcasts about me. You know.
Yeah. Exactly.
Which is relevant because there's 2 of us. All right, cool. All right. Anyway, so that's it. That's all she wrote for this episode, and I'm excited to talk about movies too because I've been watching those like fucking crazy.
Yeah, I'm about
and
to
there's
watch
some
4
really, really
good
out
ones
there.
apparently, and when
Oh
they're
my
bad,
God.
then I'm gonna yell at someone, Jeff.
You're in for it, man. Jackie Brown is so good. Sam Jackson's so fucking funny in it. Gattaca is
Gattaca!
so gorgeous. It'll make me want to shout it in the middle of a paintball match. It's so gorgeous.
It is.
Anyway, so we'll see you guys later. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Yeah. Woo!